Hi everyone, Angus Campbell here. It's Thursday the 16th of November 2023 and it's a few days after the NEC Classic Motor Show at the NEC, funnily enough. And it's been a very busy weekend, and a lot of the time it's wearing the old high-vis jackets, which I haven't got out of the habit of doing yet, as you can see. But it was a very successful weekend, lots of interest with the power set on the BSA Owners Club stand, and the organisers have confirmed that over that weekend there were 71,000 visitors, and we were certainly kept busy. We had a great weekend, and what I've done is put together a few stills and a few clips, video clips, to give you a feel for the show. But purely focused on the motorcycling side of it. There's nothing on the car side this year, and hopefully you'll enjoy. So it begins with a few stills first, but be patient and we'll get into some videos after. But it covers then the setup, the bits and pieces of the show, the BSA Owners Club stand and how we laid it out, and what machines were on there, and then finally break down and bring the bikes home. And here we are. So I hope you enjoy. Cheers everyone. Well, here we are on setup day, Thursday the 9th of November 2023, in Hall 5 at the NEC. As you saw from the static photograph, brought the bikes over yesterday and dumped them in a rough area, and we've been setting up the BSA Owners Club stand this morning, and there it is. We've got quite a good position on the corner here, which gives us plenty of sort of display space. So I've lined up the power set all along there, starting from the smallest to the biggest, and there's the Rocket 3 next to the awning over there, and we've put a bit of a centerpiece in the middle with the Furies, and a copy of what was going to be a billboard for the Furies, but it never happened. So anyway, that's just a quick skip round. We've got a few more bikes to turn up yet on the BSA Owners Club stand, but when the show opens properly tomorrow, I'll do a walk round all the bikes on the BSA Owners Club stand for you. And just while we're here, we're always next to this corner of Hall 5, which is where what used to be Silverstone auctions were, but they're now called Iconic, and they're the same company, and there are twice as many bikes for sale here than last year, but there's some huge Italian collection stuff, etc. So it's not all classic stuff, so don't be deceived by that. There's some more modern stuff too. So but massive area, and in fact Mark, who's the gentleman in the orange day glow there, nice guy, always very friendly, jokes about the fact that they are now Hall 6. But anyway, there we go. Everybody's still setting up, really beginning to take shape now. And this is just Hall 5 going all the way in the distance there. Halls 1 to 4 are all up through that gangway there. Behind us, on that side, we've got the Bantam Club. Not quite the right name, but I'll pick it up tomorrow. And this will be Triumph Owners, but they're not set up yet. Meriden branch. Bit to do. They've got one bike here. I did notice as well, just over near the delivery entrance there, there's the Tamworth Club, and there's a couple of awning framers on there, so we'll get a view of those during the show. Right, my arm's aching now. That's me signing off. Back tomorrow. Right, we're now on Sunday the 12th of November, so I had a busy couple of days now on the last day, where I ran about 1:45 sort of lunchtime. So I just thought I'd do a quick skip round the BSA stand. Oops. And here it is. So we've got a corner square, if you like, with the club marquee in the back corner there, and then we've got the bikes lined around the outside, and then the theme this year, the 71 power set, starts at this far corner here with the granny killer, and then row lined up in increasing CC up to the B50 in the corner, the banners, and then we'll go inside the stand here, and we've got the two 750s, and then we've got the memorabilia and stuff like that on the club stand table. So firstly then we've got the A75 Rocket 3. Sorry, I'm on the gimbal and I still can't control this very well. That's the 5-speed from January 1971 A75V, only 200 made, to homologate the 5-speed box for the racing bikes. But externally and cosmetically, it's an export Mark II Rocket 3, and all the 5-speeders were in firecracker red and duck grey frames. On this one, the side panel badges are from 72, but they sort of go with the bike, so I've never changed them. And then if we just spin round, then we've got the June 71 750 Lightning A70L. So externally, again, it just looks like a standard A65 in bronze and dove grey, which is correct. But again, I've put 72 badges on this because they were intending to produce this as part of the range in 72, but obviously with the rationalisation and financial problems that never happened. Then we've got a very standard B50. Let's go out a little bit. Well, and mostly original. Some of the red paintwork has been touched up in the past, but it's only done 3,000 miles. And that, I think, is going to be the subject of a restoration next year, but it hasn't been messed with, and I don't think the engine's been down. All the original crossheads on the engine are good. So a very original bike. Right, sorted the gimbal out, I think. That was me messing about. So then on to the Furies. So we've got the Fury SS here that's built up from parts from what we think was an original bike. It's the registration, and then next to it we've got its brother, which is called which would be a roadster with the low-level pipes and painted guards. That's about the only difference. And this is the one that featured the actual bike that was at the Royal Lancaster Hotel press launch in November the 10th, 1970. Eventually ended up at Vale Onslow's, and I purchased it from Vale Onslow in 1992. It's the same machine that's actually with Karen Young in the poster there, and that was taken just before the show, we believe, in autumn 1970. We can't trace Karen Young, which is a little unfortunate. And There's the other side of it. Original and unrestored, so we get good paint matches off that. So the Dove Grey that I use on the frames now for restorations, I got it specially made up and matched with some new old stock parts. Next to the Fury, B25 SS, one of the rare ones in flamboyant blue. They only made one batch of these in early 1971. One batch of flamboyant blue for the UK home and general export market, and then they scrapped the colour. This one was renovated by someone else, and it's not its original tank on the bike, but it's its original tank on the seat there, and also the production dates do stack up with it being a genuine flamboyant blue one. 146 were made flamboyant blue before all of them then reverted to flamboyant red with the black stripes, as we saw on the B50 in the distance there. There we go. I'm actually beginning to use the gimbal properly now. And then finally, from the power set range, we've got the old Granny Killer itself, where I've been doing a few miles on that. I had a few problems with it this year, mainly to do with the petrol feed being blocked, but it's sorted out now. And this colour is called Everglade, as in the Florida Everglade. Right, that's the 71 power set theme side of the show. So let's go on to the rest of it. So this is a lovely little dandy, I think probably from the late 50s, early 60s, I'm not sure of the year, but that's kindly loaned by Wes and the crew at National Motorcycle Museum, and I first saw this at the Classic Bike Fest show at Lucas BSA Distributors in September. It was there then. They've done a super job of restoring that. It's probably better than new, but we thought that would look good together with the Granny Killer next door to it. And then we've got another club member's nicely used A7. I think it's shooting style, but forgive me if it's not. I'm not a pre-unit man at all, and I'm totally thick. But nicely turned out, and possibly ridden here, I think, although I didn't see it come in. And then next to that, at the entrance to the stand at the front, we've got the gorgeous TT BSA, I think from 1921. I think the only survivor. Probably was it half a dozen they built for the TT that year, and look at the condition of that. Again, another bike very kindly loaned to us by the National Motorcycle Museum and restored by them, I believe. Beautiful bike with tons of history and almost unique now. Next to that, another bike again kindly loaned by the National Motorcycle Museum. What model is this, Bill? B30. B30, thank you. It's a B30, which I didn't know. Drab olive green. Nicely turned out, and I say, as again, a loaner from the National Motorcycle Museum. And then in the top corner here, let's just go out front first, get a view of it. Lovely little C15 members bike. Not sure what year, and I presume the registration plate might not give it away if it's not got a letter on it. And it hasn't, so it's pre-64, 63. Anyway, very standard. And then finally we've got some used trial bike section, if you like, lined up. Right, I just thought I'd get a couple of clips of interesting bikes on other stands. And behind us here, there's the Triumph Owners Club Meriden branch, and one of their members here has got this gorgeous UK original Bonneville Royal Wedding from 1981. It's done 13 miles. It's absolutely bog standard original as the factory built it. And I bought a Bonneville Special T140D in 1978, which I thought was a nice bike, UK spec, black tank with gold lines, alloy wheels, etc. First bike with alloy wheels. But I always thought when this came out, this UK version with the silver frame, the black motor, electric start, I think this is the best Bonnie that Meriden made, unfortunately just before their demise. The TSS 8 valve is a nice bike I think too, but the styling of this I think is just top dog, and maybe it's me, I'm just into lighter coloured frames. Perhaps that's it. But anyway, great looking bike, and this one is just as it left the factory. Here we are in the individual exhibits, what they call Owners Showcase. And here's an example of a 71 from the Triumph side, the Triumph Power Plan, rather than the BSA Power Set. A T25 Trailblazer 250. It's in great condition and done very originally. The paint's probably a little too much on the red side rather than orange. I can't remember what the official name of the orange colour was. It looks a little bit too red to me, but anyway, been done very well. And as some of you probably know, the Triumph versions of the B25, these were all built at Small Heath as well. Anyway, other than that, other than the badges and the colour, exactly the same as a B25 SS. And here we are on the Tamworth Motorcycle Club stand, and I saw this one being unloaded when we were setting the show up, and a nice B50 SS. Its info sheet says it's a 1972, but I was talking to the owner about this, and he said that a gentleman undertook to do the paintwork on it for him and did a bit of research and painted it red and black as per 71 colours. So I asked him why that was. We had a look at the engine number, and actually it is a 71 model. It was manufactured in July, I think, 71, towards the end of the 71 model year, effectively, which finished in August, and that's why the restorer painted it in 71 colours. And the reason it's labelled as a 72 bike, it was registered in 72, but this was manufactured in 71. But yeah, in good condition and rides very well apparently. And then next to it, we've got a Lightning. Now, it's got the UK tank on it. It's been painted red, so we assume it's 72. Doesn't actually say specifically. We could find out if we could see the engine number. Let's have a look. GE, so that's July 71. There you go. Easy. But anyway, another nicely turned out power setter. So, good to see him here. Well done, Tamworth. Okay, that's it for the clips around the bikes, etc. in the BSA stand. Next shot will be tearing down, I think, but that's not for another, where are we? 2.5 hours yet. Show closed! The fun's gonna begin soon. And off we go, look. Right, that's what's left of the BSA stand. All my stand info and banners and stuff, etc. are in the car. Sorry about the background noise. And the bikes I'm picking up tomorrow in the lorry. They're all safely behind the fence in iconic auctioneers enclosure. These are the ex-Silverstone auctioneers, now called Iconic. So they're all lined up there for an evening before tomorrow. Right, enough of this racket. Back tomorrow. Here we are, Monday morning, loading up. Haven't strapped in yet, 4 in, Fury in. Phil and Gordon bringing round the Fury SS. Nearly there. Lorry's a bit big when we hired it. But anyway, 7.5 tonner, it's done the job. All back home and an empty lorry in the distance. And the other 3 back home in this garage. So I've decided to keep the 2 Furies in here. So there we are, that's it for another year. I had a really good weekend, lots of interest. The club signed up some new members, which is what it's all about, and there were plenty of attendees. So no doubt we'll be thinking about it again next year. And then in the meantime, from the power set perspective, we'll be back on the Bonnie shortly, and at some point as well we'll be back on the B50 and seeing if we can get that to run after checking and cleaning out oilways and things like that. We'll see if the engine runs and how it is before we then decide what we're going to do about that. But I think I've got a good idea, which we'll go into when I do the next video. Okay, that's it, everybody. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks to those that came to the show, Gordon, Andrew, Peter, and many others who came along and said, well, actually, we've never spoken, but I do watch the odd video. Thanks to you all. Thanks for any comments and subscriptions. See you all again soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.